Today, I will be showing you all of my collections that I dedicate to things that I love, that make me happy, and that make my apartment look more colorful and also much more personal. I will be showing you 5 of my themed collections, and we are going to start with the smallest ones, and we're going to build our way up to the biggest one I own. Now keep in mind, I'm not a professional collector. I only collect because I feel like the things that I get bring me joy and that these somehow represent me for who I am. I hope you will enjoy this video, and without a further ado, let's get to the collections. So starting off with my smallest collection I have, over here we've got my collection of Converse shoes. Now, the thing is, I do not currently have a better place to store them because I do not have that much space. I hope I will have a better way of storing these in the future because Converse shoes are my favorite shoes. I mean, I really love the brand, and I honestly think that these babies deserve a little more. Around the age of 10, I remember having a pair of Converse shoes, and I really liked those. I always thought these sneakers had a really cool aesthetic, and the thing is, I never really felt like I had to buy them, even though I really loved them. But after some time, nostalgia hit me and I felt like I had to buy some. I ended up purchasing 2 pairs of them, one brownish color and the other pair green, so that I could switch the colors and also match them a little better with my outfits. And after some time, after noticing that I was wearing these shoes basically every day, I decided to buy another pair, but this time with a pattern so that I would also have a kind of more interesting pair. And last but not least, I got these. I really love them because of the details they have, like the pattern and also the bows they have on the back. I really love the details and yeah, the colors and the pattern. These are in fact my favorite shoes. I got them for my 18th birthday. So getting over here, we have our second collection. Yeah, I also do collect Lego brickheads. So, I do collect brickheads because, first of all, I like Lego. Second of all, I collect the characters from movies and series I personally enjoyed. So no, I do not buy randomly. I base my purchases on the fandoms I'm in, and actually, I base my purchases on things I like. About a year ago, I bought this first brickhead set, the Batman one, because I found it really cute. And this set is an 8-in-1, so you could basically assemble 8 different versions of Batman. And when I first bought him, I assembled the Lego movie version of him. And after some time, I decided to reassemble him and to make the version from the 60s. And if you don't know, I was a Batman fan since the age of 8, and till now I've watched all of the Batman dedicated movies. After that, we did a school trip to England, and there I got the set. It contains 2 figures, and these are from the animated movie from 2008, WALL-E. It contains both WALL-E and Eve. By the way, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. It's great. I recommend it. After some time, I also bought 2 sets from the Ninjago movie, one containing Lloyd and one containing Master Wu. Now, disclaimer, I bought these because I enjoyed the show, because let's be honest, the movie was kinda mid. And last but not least, I got this set containing 3 figures from Harry Potter. I've read all of the 7 books twice already, watched the movies several times, but I'm gonna be honest, I do not consider myself a Potterhead anymore because it stopped being an obsession. But don't get me wrong, I still like Harry Potter. So this set includes Lord Voldemort with Bellatrix Lestrange, by the way, one of my favorite characters, and also Nagini, Voldemort's snake pet. Getting over here, you can see my third collection. I also collect tote bags. I find that these are really practical, and I also find that these could be like really good accessories. They complete your outfit in many ways, honestly, and I usually do not keep them here. I keep them in my closet, but just for this video I wanted to hang them here so that you can see all of them slightly better and so that you could get an idea of how many I've got. So this time I have to say I buy kind of randomly. I mean, I have to like them if I want to buy them, but I do not have like theme really for these. I just collect them because I personally find them practical and somehow beautiful. I don't know, I also use them quite often. I got my first tote bag at a local event, and the second one I've got was given to me by my grandmother, and then with some time I noticed that I've been using them quite often, and so I started buying them. Turns out I kind of started collecting them. Then we have this collection over here. I do collect cans. So technically this would be the biggest collection I own if we look at the size and like if we take a look at how much place this collection takes up. But I'm not actually ranking it as the biggest one because it's almost like the easiest one to get. Like, you know, cans are not that expensive. They are actually pretty cheap if we look at the price overall. So yeah, I genuinely collect cans because I like the colors they have, and I mean, I also like sodas generally. I just like to try out new flavors. And yeah, it is kind of useless, but I think that this collection brings me so much joy because it is actually really colorful. And if you don't know that, I really like having colorful stuff in my apartment. I'm gonna be honest, I do not have that much to say about this particular collection, because as you can see, it's basically just a collection of soda cans. And yes, at the beginning of this video I said that these collections somehow represent me for who I am. Now, I'm not saying I have an obsession for cans, but as I mentioned a few seconds ago, I collect them because I like having colorful things in my apartment. So I probably started collecting these because when I moved into this apartment, it was blank. And I found it a little boring. I wanted to express myself a little more by using some color. So at the very beginning, I didn't really know how I could bring some color to my apartment. And that's when Pinterest and YouTube came to my rescue. There I saw that there were some people that actually also collect soda cans, or just cans in general, and I thought that it would be actually a pretty cute and also easy way to decorate my apartment, since cans are not expensive. And I noticed that when I look at colorful things, I genuinely become more happy and also somehow more relaxed. Then of course, while I'm at it, I usually do like trying new recipes and new flavors of several drinks. But I'd say if this collection somehow represents me, it is because of its colors. And last but not least, over here I've got my Lego Ninjago collection. I've got some sets over here, and I collect Lego Ninjago because I really like the series. I remember watching it as a kid, and I remember loving the lore. This is probably the collection I'm most proud of. I consider it the biggest one I've got, even though technically if we consider the space that this takes up is probably not as much as the space that my cans collection is taking up. But here I'm also considering the prices and yeah, just how much money I spent on this collection. I started my collection with this set. And then with some time I was like, hey, why not buy another one? Because it is kind of fun. And so I also started buying slightly bigger sets. By the way, Cole's mech is probably one of my favorite sets I have of the series. Probably also because Cole is my favorite character. And then I also got my first ever Lego dragon. And for Christmas I got two presents. One of them being this car. I got it from two colleagues at school. And I also got Aaron's mech from my bestie. And then I also collected this display, which, oh my gosh, it is also probably one of my favorite Lego sets I own. It is just great. And then I also started collecting spinners. I also got Eagled the Dragon, and it is also one of my favorite sets. By the way, sorry I didn't notice it while filming, but there is a minifigure missing. I swear I have it, but I just didn't include it in the video. Oopsie. And then I went ahead and completed the spinner series from 2025. And for my 18th birthday, I also got this Boulder Blaster, which is my absolute favorite set from my whole collection. I also got this Ryu Dragon as a birthday present. And after some time, I went ahead with collecting smaller sets and also sets and minifigs that come from various Ninjago magazines. With some time I also started collecting sets from older seasons, as well as minifigures like this set containing Cole along with Ronin. By the way, both are probably my favorite characters of the show. I also bought a bunch of second-hand minifigures at a con. Finally, I got Cole's mission mech, which comes from the most recent Dragon's Rising season, which is, by the way, very good. Really recommend it, go watch it. So, these are my collections, I hope you liked them. Feel free to write down below in the comments which one of these is your favorite. If you feel fancy, you can maybe do a ranking of them. Or if you feel like it, you can maybe share your personal experience with collecting things. This is everything from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you a nice day. And of course, remember to stay childish and creative.